Welcome to the first edition of the Psychic View. I'm your host, Bonnie Gilgallon. We're here with Patricia DeJoseph, an internationally known psychic and author and public speaker. And we're going to be coming to you probably once a month or so on YouTube, and we hope that you really enjoy our program. We're going to be talking about psychic healing and life coach issues and just embracing life and enjoying every moment of every day. My name is Bonnie Gilgallon. I had a radio show on K-News Radio for 14 years where I interviewed celebrities, and now I've kind of moved over into the spiritual realm, and I'm really excited to be part of this project. And our guest today is Andrea Peck, who is an author, a life coach, healer, and lavender expert, I guess I'll call her. And welcome to the Psychic View.
Thank you, thank you.
Now you have a wonderful, actually we need to talk to Patricia just for a moment before that, I'm so sorry. Patricia, tell everybody a little bit, people who don't know you and don't know your work, about what you do.
Thank you, Bonnie, I appreciate that. Well, basically, what the title implies, I've been doing psychic counseling for 40 years. I've been very blessed. Word of mouth has taken me to almost every place in the whole entire world, which I think is totally awesome and complimentary. I work from the heart. I work on a very positive level because I know our thoughts generate and create our reality. So it is always important to know how empowered we are by our thinking, that we need to be kind of the police officer for our thoughts. All of us go in that negative space from time to time, and that's okay. That's part of being a human being. The thing is, we don't want to stay there. If we have a negative thought, we want to monitor, realize that we've placed that in our head, and turn it around by using some positive statement. That's why I think affirmations are so powerful, and I know our guest is going to really elaborate on that. I'm just going to quickly share with you my favorite, and it has brought me the most amazing results, including a marriage proposal, and that is, I am receiving so much love today. It is really important for us to love ourselves, because without doing that, we cannot fully love others. And so in loving ourselves, we gift others by sharing that energy. So it's very powerful and positive. And I want to especially thank my guest today, Andrea. She has been the most amazing angel. Talk about miracles that come out of making a positive statement. That's this lady. We call her affectionately the Lavender Lady, but honestly, she's just filled with giving out miracles. She's been such an inspiration, a joy, and so generous to me. So I'm just delighted to have her on the show. Thank you so much, and I'm going to let you talk about what you're doing, but you have been the biggest blessing in my life, and I know everyone who views this today will feel that same energy. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow. I don't know what I can add, but I started thinking about Patricia and all of her thoughts, just about the way we think. And several years ago, I wrote this pamphlet called Maximize Yourself. And it was really about how do we become the best we can each day. And there's three things that I think about every day. And I try to keep this very simple, because our days are so filled, and you immediately see your day go if you're not focused. And so the three areas is really how to first manage your energy, not your time. So it's very powerful to think about that for a minute, is what am I going to do today that's going to manage the energy that I woke up with, the feelings I have, the time is with me. I only have 8, 12 hours, 24 hours, but how am I going to manage my own personal energy? And the second is relax and attract positives. Where am I going to get that positive feeling, the positives that are around me? Because we all know that positives attract other positives. And even people, like all three of us today, we're attracting ourselves, but we're attracting all of you and bringing you into a real positive approach. And the third aspect is, what am I going to let go of? I continually think of my closet, where I continually go out and purchase and buy more, but what am I willing to get rid of or let go of, because it starts to become so cumbersome and so jammed when you bring all three in. So I use a technique in these 3 steps called, how am I going to manage my energy? What am I going to relax, and what positives am I bringing, and what am I going to let go? Is I use 3 steps called, what am I going to start doing? What am I going to stop doing? And what am I going to continue doing? So I ask myself a question always, is what would I do if I wasn't afraid? So I ask both of you that. Today is a new day. I ask all of you, what would you do right now if you weren't afraid?
I would spread more love. I think that so often we get so trapped by our own fears
Yes.
and our circumstances, and we totally take on the role of victim or martyr, and in doing so, we box ourselves in and so trap ourselves in that role of being helpless, when in fact we're just the opposite. So by understanding that our thoughts can turn that completely around by letting go of the fear, because fear just feeds the negative energy and continues to keep us locked into that dark space. So it's kind of like taking and lighting a candle. By lighting it, it sheds light upon ourselves, illuminates the room, but it sheds light beyond that. I especially love it at Christmas time at our church, because they have a candle lighting service where they darken the whole church, and then everyone holds a candle. And it's just, it just takes my breath away. It's so spectacular, and the meaning of it, the symbology of it is so beautiful. And each and every one of us can be one of those lights illuminating the world.
Great. How about Bonnie?
Well, right now my issue is a little bit more career-oriented. This is what I hosted a radio show for 14 years, and I was a news anchor for 14 years, and that went away for many reasons. And I've been doing, Patricia and I did a little internet radio show for a while. Now we're doing this. So this is the kind of career job opportunity that I want to come in to my life. I'm also an actress and a singer, so I guess putting it out there more and not being afraid of rejection.
Yes.
And not holding on. Patricia's helped me with this. In fact, I was going to go to a job fair today, and I went to something a couple weeks ago. She said, you don't need to go to that. There's something else coming for you. You don't need to go be a receptionist, whatever. Just relax and know that what you are supposed to do creatively will come to you. So and I love the letting go thing, because that's something that I really am working on and have had issues with in life, but I'm really working on, and especially forgiveness and letting go of anger and grudges towards other people. I'm really working. Can you talk a little bit? Does forgiveness feel into any of this?
Big. It's a big part of, I have a little rock on my desk it says something so powerful that I couldn't get it for a long time. And I think if you have something in front of you every day, it'll help. Strength is knowing when to let go.
That's beautiful.
Now, I meet so many people, and I was in the working world for many years, and I had this boss that had his rock, or his statement that said, strength is always holding on.
Wow.
And I said, isn't that interesting? Yours is always about never quitting, never letting go, stick it out. And mine said, strength is knowing when to let go. Because we tend to bring in so much into our lives, and we feel like we have to hold on to it. The history, all the things that happened that were positive, all the things that happened that were negative, and we hold on to them, and we don't want change. A lot of it's about change, Bonnie.
Yeah.
We fear change instead of embracing it. Instead of saying to ourselves, let's just go with it. So this letting go, strength of saying, I'm going to let go and fill it up with areas that I need in my life, or try things I haven't done before. I'm going to do what I'm afraid of. All of a sudden,
Let go and let God.
let go and let God. There's so many powerful, strengthful words out there. but it's very hard to learn how to let go.
I think I know for me and for other people that I've heard talk to, part of the fear about letting go is the fear is if I let go of this, nothing will come to take its place.
Yes.
There'll be nothing. I'll be
Yes.
left with nothing.
Yes.
So better hold on to a bad relationship than have no relationship, which
Correct.
many people do.
Right.
And it's incorrect thinking, but it's really hard to change that.
Well, one thing that as I started to change myself in this process of growth, I started a lavender farm. And I had never grown plants. Believe me, I'm not a farmer. And I have 5 acres of lavender. And it transformed my thinking to something that will be helpful in this process, is that our mind is very powerful. Our mind can keep us healthy. Our mind can
Make us sick.
make us sick. Our mind can bring greatness to us, and it can bring failure to us. So if you think of the farm as I described it, think of the earth as your mind. You either get a choice in life. You can either plant success, roses, lavender, total great things happening for you every day, or you can plant seeds of worry, failure, fear, anger, frustrations. Your mind is going to grow whatever you fill it with. And as you water it and take care of it, you're going to grow one or the other. And I see
may I
so
say
many
something?
people grow that other side.
I think the other thing that goes along with that, I always love to use the example of the garden or planting seeds. Because when we plant seeds, first of all, as you brought the point up of what seeds you're planting, that is so important. But then there's that period of time where we have to sit there and work
Wait.
on faith and just believe that those seeds are going to germinate and grow.
Right.
So we water and we fertilize them, but at the same time, we don't have some, confirmation that that's going to make those seeds grow. We need the faith, and I think coupled with
Yes.
that, here's the water and the fertilizer, we need prayers, knowing that God is, in the scheme of things, those seeds are going to grow. And they're going to not only grow, but grow successfully into what we envision the outcome, whether it's a rose or your lavender, that kind of thing.
Yeah. You just have to practice this every day. Stop, start, and continue. What am I going to start doing? What am I going to stop doing? What am I going to continue doing? What's working for me? And this brings a lot of that energy back. Remember I was talking about, we manage our energy every day, not time. So,
Can I just ask you real briefly, I know we'll probably touch on this another time, but just briefly, what does lavender do, some of the properties of lavender? It's healing, isn't it? What does lavender do?
lavender calms your brain. And what I think, especially today, we have so much coming at us that we need 5 minutes a day where we can calm our brain down, shut it off, turn it down, and heal ourselves from within. So lavender, by deep breathing it in, it goes right to the brain, it calms the brain, and it basically puts us in a clear state of mind. And by getting into that clear state, we're able to focus and get back on track and keep that energy going. It both puts us to sleep and it also wakens us up. It's one of the few herbs that does both.
And may I add to that, the colored lavender,
Yes.
as I read psychically, the color is symbolic of happiness and transformation, and it is telling us that we're shifting with the lavender. It neutralizes our negative energy. It absorbs it and neutralizes it. And then it transfers and transforms it into positive serenity, peace, love, and beautiful, happy energy. So I think we're about at our end of our time. Are we?
Okay.
We have this wonderful Paul that's
Yes,
giving
our
us all our
wonderful director
guidelines.
here. So I wanted to ask Andrea, first of all, can people get a hold of this? Is this
Yes.
something they can find, and where would they find it?
You can go to my website called www.oldcalifornialavender.com, and you'll see not only all about the farm and my story, but you'll also see that you can order the booklet on my store.
Excellent. And Patricia, how would people get a hold of you if you would like a private reading with Patricia, who's fabulous? I would highly recommend it. How would they get a hold of you?
You can reach me. I have this wonderful little gadget here called the cell phone, and thanks to the benefit of that, it has made an amazing transformation in my career, because literally with this little guy here, I can take it anywhere in the world and be able to communicate with my clients. So I'm always available, sometimes too much available because my clients have teased me when I've taken it to the shower. I've literally jumped out of the shower to answer my phone, and I'm starting to get better in that direction. But anyway, please call me. It's 760-578-6929. Again, 760-578-6929. And you can also reach me by going to my Facebook profile, which thanks to Paul behind the camera, it's going to give you updates and post our events, what's coming up. So I'm going to let Bonnie give my Facebook out, and also again, maybe one more time with Andrea and how to reach her, so we know
What is your
where our
Facebook?
booth is.
Do you say that real quick? Just
Oh,
go ahead.
It's facebook.com/AskPat, right?
Okay.
Pretty sad when
Okay.
you don't know your own.
Facebook.com/AskPat.
Right.
Okay.
We got it.
And if you want to reach me, you can, right now, you can just email me at bonnieGnews@gmail.com. And once again, your contact
And
is?
if you would like to reach me, it's www.oldcalifornialavender.com. I'm in the beautiful city of Fallbrook, California.
It's beautiful. And we thank you for watching and hope to see you on the next episode of The Psychic View.
We need to also get in, and I'm going to let Andrea do this, about our upcoming events.
Yes, sorry about that. Yes, on November 9th in Palm Springs, California, we're very excited to start our very first Psychic and Lavender Wellness Retreat. And this will be at the Four Seasons Clubhouse in Palm Springs. You're welcome to join us. We're going to have a wonderful session talking about healing, talking about lavender products, and you're also going to get the wonderful opportunity to taste some lavender tea and some lavender macaroons. So it's a very exciting tasting and healing session.
And some little mini psychic,
Psychic
information. Yes.
Very
psychic
important.
guidance in part of this package deal. So great event, very healing, very powerful, positive, loving, happy energy.
And Patricia has the last word today.
I'm going to wish everyone a lavender week, because I don't think there's anything more powerful I could put out there in the form of color and energy than the color lavender. It is the happiest color of the spectrum. So I wish you all a lavender week, blessing you with so much prosperity, health, happiness, and abundance. And I thank you so much for joining us today, and look forward to you being with us with the next video. God bless you all.